Hello everyone and welcome back to MixBuzz TV mixing and mastering tutorials on YouTube. I'm your host David, and today I want to show you a trick to quickly set up a reverse reverb in real time. If you're lazy like me, sometimes you thought about trying a reverse reverb on an element on a mix, but with reverse reverb you never know if will actually fit the song until you hear it on the track. And to set up a reverse reverb the usual way, you need to copy the track, reverse it, print a reverb on it, reverse it again. You just can't audition the reverb real time, and sometimes even if you do like the idea of the reverse reverb, you might have to repeat that process over and over until you find the right kind of verb. And that takes time away and possibly distract you from more important things in the mix. So I want to show you this quick way to set up and audition a reverse reverb in real time. For this example, I'm going to use the Waves R1, but you can also do this with other convolution reverbs and also with the stock nonlinear reverb that comes with Pro Tools, so we'll see that in a minute. The trick takes advantage of the reverse button up here on the Waves R1. So let's get to it. It's pretty simple. So I have a mix here. It's not finished by any stretch. There's not even the bass. The vocals is a scratch. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to put the reverse reverb on this claps. So let's hear the mix really quick without the reverse reverb.
First time you said to me that something about this place, something about lonely nights and my lipstick on your face, something about my Nebraska guy, yeah, something about baby you and I. It's been 2 years since I let you go.
So as I said, I wanted to put the reverse reverb on the claps. Let's listen to them. What you do is you copy the track that you want to apply the reverse reverb on. In this case, I did it already, is this track down here. You open, in this case, our Waves IR1, and you select the impulse that you want to use, and you click on this reverse button up here. That, as we said, it just, as you can see from the graphic, it reverses the wave impulse. So normally it would sound like this. If we reverse the reverb, it will sound like this. Cool thing is that now I can audition all my impulses until I find the one that I like, that it fits, instead of, reversing the track, print the reverb, try it on, it doesn't work, do it again, and so on. And the only thing that you have to do at this point, as you can see looking at the original clap and the reverse reverb clap track, is that you have to nudge this track according to the tempo of the song, the length of the reverb, the pre-delay if present, and just nudge it so that the reverse reverb comes before the claps. Let's hear it. And in this case, I EQ the bottom out because I didn't need it. But the point here is now I can audition all my impulses real time and see how they fit in the song without going through all the process of printing, reversing, and printing and reversing. Let's hear the mix, how it sounds with the reverse claps.
Tastes like whiskey when you kiss me. Oh, I give anything I get to be your baby doll. This time I'm not living without you.
Without.
Sit back down when you belong in a corner of my bar with your high gears on.
With?
Sit back down on the couch where we made love for the first time. You said to me that something about this place, something about lonely nights and my
Okay, so like I said, this is not a finished mix. Vocals is a scratch. There's no bass yet. We have to track it. But this is the concept. I now can audition all my impulses and decide quicker if it fits and which kind of reverb I'm gonna use. For example, at first, I thought I wanted the reverse reverb on the snare. I set this up for the snare and I didn't like it. So quickly I tried it on claps, auditioned a couple of impulses, and in the claps was working, and it was pretty quick to do. So let's try to do this from scratch. Let's make a new playlist here. So let's recap. You copy the track where you want to put the reverse reverb on. We open our reverb from waves and let's select another impulse, just random one, jazz hall. I don't know how this is gonna sound, it's just an example. Let's solo the reverb. Now let's reverse it. And so this is already the cool part, because if I don't like how it sounds, I can change the impulse and audition the reverse reverb sound. Now what you have to do is to nudge the track earlier so that the reverse reverb comes before the clap hitting. And you have to do a little bit of math. You have to calculate how long the reverb you want it based on the tempo of the song, and then nudge the track according to the length of the reverb. Let's say this in this case is 1.3, and you can nudge it in two ways. You go in slip mode or grid mode and you move it manually, but since that you need to do it in seconds, I advise you to use this useful shortcut that I'm not sure is written in the manual of Pro Tools, which is you select the track and you press Alt H, and you get this small window where you can shift the track earlier or later based on whatever format you need. In this case, we are going to use -10 seconds, and this is instead of changing either or the nudging or the grid, since we just need the seconds right now for this task. So Alt H earlier, and I'll put here 1, not 12, but 1 and 3 seconds. As you can see, the track nudged earlier. Let's hear it with the clap. And there we have it. Then you can EQ the return if you need to. And let's hear it in the track.
Tastes like whiskey when you kiss me. Oh, I give anything again to be your baby doll. This time I'm not living without you.
And as I said before, you can do this even with the stock nonlinear reverb from Pro Tools, which will give you less option, of course, compared to an impulse response where you have several different kind of reverbs. But if you don't have a convolution reverb, you can do it with this because it does have a reverse button too. Let's hear the track. Let's change the time. Let's try to nudge earlier, about 5 in this case, just casual numbers. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, pretty easy.
You sit back down when you belong.
It's not even bad. I might like it better than the other one.
Sit back down on the couch where we made love for the first time. You said to me that something about this place.
So this is the quick way to set up a reverse reverb that comes before the actual sound that you want the effect on. And you don't have to go through all the printing and reversing and reprinting. Then the reverb might not be fit for the song, the tone, the stereo width, so you have to do it again. This is much quicker. It allows you to audition several types of reverbs, several types of impulses, and pick the one that you like the best very quickly. So this is it for this video. I really hope it was useful. I hope it was interesting. If you liked the video, as usual, please click the like button. It's very important. If you have any questions, as usual, write it in the comment or on our social media pages. Join our Facebook and Twitter page. We communicate with you guys through those pages for all the news, upcoming videos. So join Mixbuzz TV on Facebook and Twitter. Support us by sharing the video on social media and forums. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.